Hey there, so today I've got the HD110E. This camera is still pretty good to use. I'm going to the basics of how to use it. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it'll take a while to do everything. So yeah, this camera, it doesn't get took out a lot. I don't know why, because it's a decent little camera. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to use it. Alright, so when you get this kit, the camera may come out like this, all disassembled. So really quickly I'm going to show you how to assemble it in little bits to take care of, especially with your controls here. I've already had to fix this unit before. This cable can be a little bit temperamental, so you just need to be careful. And a little thing about the viewfinder as well. Obviously this is your main unit, this is your main, this is your camera. This is your lens. Again, just be careful of that cable. Battery, viewfinder. I'm going to put the battery and viewfinder to one side now. So think about this like a standard lens with a lens and camera body, DSLR body, okay? You've got a little lens cap, you've got a little camera mirror cap. To take this one off, it's not a screw or anything, it just pops off. So it just comes off like that. To take this one off, you need to, there's a little latch here, you lift this latch up, halfway up it comes out, it locks if you push it up and it locks if you push it all the way down. So halfway up till the grooves meet, then that pops out, okay? Make sure your lens caps are off. And what you want to do is you want to make sure this lever is all the way up. This might be a little hard to show on camera. Make sure the lever's all the way up. And again, just try and picture it as if you're holding the camera, that'll help you guide it in. And you'll feel this go into a groove. Alright, see how that can't wobble back and forth, whereas if I bring that out a little bit, it can wobble. Make sure it's in that groove. Then push this lever all the way down. That's it, locked into place. This little cable here plugs in down here where it says lens. When you're trying to plug it in, just put the cable on top of the unit and rotate it until it clips in. To take the cable back out, don't just yank in the cable. You pull up in this little metal bar and it pops out. Alright, put this to one side. Put your viewfinder in. Make sure the little screw here is unlocked. And there's a little rail that just clips into and it clips. Did you hear that click in? So now that's locked in here. If you want to take it out, you've got a little button at the front. Pull the button and that releases it. Once you've got it to where you want it, just rotate the lock so it's stuck and it cannot move. To connect this to the camera, bring your cable out the other side and you'll see another insert here. That's where it goes. Again, just rotate it until it sort of clicks into place, like so. With this camera, it's not a lot of people use this viewfinder, including myself. That's just because I prefer to use a digital display here. I do apologise for the rattly table. This is your battery pack. It's a bit different to the battery packs that you may be used to. Test the power on it. You get a little button here with some red dots. Put the battery pack in, just line it up with the back, click it in. To take it out, you get a little notch here, pull the notch and lift the battery out, okay? That's your lens. Again, another sort of lens cap just to protect the lens, okay? So that just pops out as you just seen. And your power button is here, down here. Touch that on, the camera will turn on. So as you can see now, camera's turned on, it's now starting to autofocus, stuff like that. And with this camera as well, just same as the 1000, you need to be careful how you're holding it because it is a heavy camera, you don't want to do yourself damage. So the way that I would recommend is, again, you get padding here for your shoulders, get that up on the shoulder and hold it here. Hand here, hand up here. This bit here, this controls your zoom. If you want to zoom in, push forward, if you want to zoom out, push back. I did have this all set up so that it would zoom and it would automatically focus to your location, but somebody's messed around with it and I'll need to tinker with it again. But at the moment, to focus, you'll just need to use this outer ring. So that's why I recommend one hand to zoom, one hand to adjust your focus. You do also have focus assists with zebras. Alright, focus assist, well, one of the focus assist buttons is up here. You've also got another one at the side here. Okay, that just turns on and off your zebras. If you don't see your zebras, make sure it's switched on down there. To adjust your shutter speed, all that you have to do is move this scroll. If you want an ND filter, adjust it here, adjust your gain, white balance, and this is also your audio channel levels. Yeah, so you get menu in there, but you can't really change much in the menu because the menu really just shows you what your settings are. If you want to change your settings, everything's kind of on the camera. This in here is if you're recording onto tape as well, but we're not doing that. Okay, you can record with tape with this camera, but we're not doing that. What we're doing, to record with this will come in the box. We've got a data video recorder unit here. And you should have a little cable there to plug in. So, at the back here, you've got your input. Plug it in, and on the camera itself, if you go around next to where the tape is, you've got little flaps here. It's the very bottom one. Okay, plug that in. But you've also got a little mounting unit here where you can slide that in, screw your recorder on, so then you could always record whenever you are rather than having to hold it. So to start this up, you've got a little notch here to the side, switch it up, turns it on. Make sure there's plenty of batteries in it as well, bring some spare batteries if need be. And to control this, it's very simple. You've got a little knob that you can rotate left or right. And to select something, so if I want to go into record mode, I click it in. And if I want to start recording, I click it in again. So at the moment, this is now recording whatever this camera is seeing. Alright, similar to your Atmos. Okay, just a bit smaller. And to stop recording, you just click in again. The only downside with this is it's quite hard to view your playback. So what I would do if you're booking this camera out for a shoot, I would do a little bit of recording at home, make sure it's taking a feed. So that kind of does it for the basics of this camera. Alright, again, I would recommend you to take this out and actually try it out for yourself. If you're planning on using it for a shoot, make sure you're comfortable with it, because there is a few little things that isn't quite up to scratch when compared to your other more modern cameras, like you need to manually focus rather than manually focus rather than the camera doing it for you. So just make sure you're comfortable with it before you use it. Alright. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this one. Take care.